Right, the next one is Adidas or Adidas?
Adidas, and that's what I've been brought up saying.
Adidas is a German multinational corporation that designs and manufactures sports shoes, clothing and accessories, and it's based in Bavaria, Germany.
Yes, it has a market cap of 28.98 billion euros, a PE ratio of 29.4 and a dividend yield of 1.13%.
How does this compare to the Nike story if you're wanting exposure to sports apparel?
Yeah, I mean, again, a very, very dominant player globally. They've got a very flexible supply chain. They manage their inventory well in that regard. They've got a lot of customization in terms of the products they offer, from footwear to leisure wear, that type of thing. And I think what they've realized and where they've really seen tremendous growth, and you can see it in the stock chart this year specifically, is that they've had to capture the younger teenage type market. So they've been very good. They have a lot more maybe fashion retail goods, and they've had a lot of hip hop stars, Kanye West, Pharrell endorse them, and that's built a huge following in that regard. So they've seen phenomenal growth this year, and you can see it.
Let's look at the share price graph, Byron, and
we can see a nice recovery there, obviously for over a long period of time underperforming Nike, which is their benchmark. I guess in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense. You know, the brand is incredible. The three stripes you can see all over the place. They've got great sports teams that they sponsor. As Devin was mentioning, great iconic people that you know, are Adidas ambassadors. So the sort of pullback we saw, which a lot was related to its exposure to Europe, its lack of exposure to the US, which was always strong. You know, they struggled in places like Russia. It was, again, in hindsight, a perfect science, always going to be a great turnaround story, and then we see it on the graph.
if you're wanting exposure, would you take exposure to more than one stock in this sector?
I think there is room. I think when we get to Under Armour later, we'll also see the big pullback with Under Armour, and I think that's a better opportunity than Adidas. I'm hot on Adidas, but I don't think it would be my first choice.
Devin?
Look, again, nice company, and what Byron said, they're really starting to challenge Nike's dominance within the US market, which is obviously a huge, huge market. I think the stock may have got a bit ahead of itself. You know, it's trading on a higher price to earnings multiple than Nike. I would favor Nike for that reason over Adidas.
Just simply because it's more expensive. Adidas is more expensive.
I think you're getting similar, although they are very different companies. I think you're getting similar exposure. So on that basis, not hot.
Not hot, Byron?
I'm going to be hot on it because, you know, I'm very positive on the sector, and I'm sure they're going to be just fine. But there are others that I prefer.
You know, this is a trend that's developing. Yesterday you were hot across the board. Are you going to be hot across the board?
It's December, I'm in a good mood.
Obviously. You're waiting for that December, what's the Santa Claus rally?
Yeah, we're hoping.